Here is the translation of that hymn. O Lord, save your people and bless your inheritance. Grant victory to our country over its enemies, and preserve your community by the power of your cross. Why does Tchaikovsky start this overture with this prayer? This is obviously a prayer for protection from enemies. What's going on here? To answer that question, let's step back a few years. We're going to move back into the 1790s, and we're going to go into France. And what's going on in France at this point is the French Revolution. And in the French army at that time, there was an aspiring young man who was an officer, and he was distinguishing himself by his intelligence and his leadership skills, and he was rising very quickly in the ranks. And in fact, he rose so quickly that he became a brigadier general by the age of 24, very young to be a general. This man's name was Napoleon Bonaparte. And after Napoleon became a general, he very soon started to outperform, to the point of embarrassment, all the other generals in the French army. And Napoleon became quite a hero, and was loved by the people so much that by the age of 35, he was made Emperor of France. And now realize that he had no royal family connections. He was not an aristocrat. He got there strictly by being a great general, a great leader, and a brilliant man, and just a touch of ambition. When Napoleon became Emperor of France, I think he had no idea of stopping there. I believe he pictured himself as another Alexander the Great or Julius Caesar. And like those two, he didn't want a country. He wanted an empire to rule. And he set out to put an empire together. The French army went out, crossed the borders of their neighboring countries, and started to conquer one after another. And he was very successful at this. And after pretty much conquering Western Europe, Napoleon set his eyes to the east on Russia in the summer of 1812. And that's where this story begins. Napoleon took his armies into Russia. Oh, Tim, I'm stopping here.